What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. Plague Dog says he loves this tune, and lock in, Underground family. Tonight's episode is gonna have some discipline lessons. I can feel it. You know it will. Everyone wants to catch the bottom in crypto. We've been talking all about all kinds of different portfolios and ideas about portfolios, right? We haven't got to building portfolios yet. That'll be hopefully this week. But almost nobody actually builds real portfolios, right? They ape in to a bunch of coins, they call it their portfolio, but there was no real reasoning behind it. And the reason isn't because they're not smart, and I fully believe that. It's because the bottom doesn't feel like the bottom when you're there. It's in retrospective that it actually feels like the bottom. All right, guys, let's kick it off tonight. I'm excited to be here. I hope everybody is also excited to be here. How about that pump for Bitcoin? And then how about that dump for Bitcoin? We're going to talk about it for sure. I'm still in a long, basically at my break even, so I'm not too worried, but I got a tight stop loss, that's for sure. And if you're here with us right now, smash that like button. We're just about to kick off the stream. Throw something in the chat. Let us know that you are here, even if you are always here, even if you're a regular. I like to see those names come across that chat. And again, welcome to the Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. Never really sure where my camera is anymore. All right, we got it dialed in. Let's go over to those crypto bubbles. And it's up to date. It's always updating here. Siren's up 2%. UMXM or Manadea. Okay, I'm not familiar with this coin, although I did briefly look at it earlier. And then, of course, Maker is up 16.7%. It's in the top 100, right, by market cap, if you're not familiar with that language. And it's up 16.7% to $2,043. If you're familiar with Maker, that should not be a surprising number to you. Memecore getting a little bounce here in the hour. Are we on the hour or the day? Oh, man. I don't know why I was on the hour. All right, anyways, Siren's actually up 3.5%, but Pengu's up 12.2%. I say almost every day, strongest NFT project in the game, with Bored Ape Yacht Club's pretty much right behind it. They're kind of, depending on what angle you look at it from as an NFT project, which one you would put before the other. Jupe up 6.2% and Stable up 8%. What is Jupe up to? It went as high as 20 cents. 19.8, almost 20 cents, and right now we're at 19.3. So a little bit of a pullback, but it's not holding far from that high today. Let's drop down another 100. Let's toggle the 1 through 100, like the least affected today, but everything else between 1 and 2%, right? Except for this 8 to 900. Let's drop down 100 to 200 by market cap. Welcome in, Melissa. Thank you for being here. And Luna C is up 12.3%. XCN up 24%. We got Gwei, which I'm a fan of the project. It has pumped quite a bit, right? So it is, let's go to the weekly. Yeah, it had a really big pump during the week to 13 cents. Now we are back down to 9 cents, 0.093. And on the day, it's down 24%. Sky AI, similar story here, 13%. To the downside, and Piverse down 12.2% as well. Let's drop another 100. We only usually go to about 2 to 300. It's usually where we end here. Orca got a big move today, 35%. I was really surprised how long Orca kind of waited to launch their token. I thought that was really surprising because they've been around for a while. Anyways, it went from $1.18 to $2. Nice 35.7% gain on the day. And then Unify Network got a 16.8%. Some things are cooking in the world of crypto. Asteroid, which has been, a trender here the last couple of days, it's actually down 16.4%. That's not too surprising. White Rock down 17%. ARC up 15.5%, or AI Rig Complex up 15% to about 8 cents. And that's really all we have to say there. Let's go ahead and do our price rundown for the day. Again, smash that like button for me. If you come to a stream a lot, it's very easy to just kind of think you already hit it when you didn't. Camsta in the house. What's up, Camsta? All right, Bitcoin, $77,355. Is that good or bad? It depends on if we're talking about where we were a month ago, a week ago, or 3 hours ago, right? Or should I say 24 hours ago? And the overall market cap, 2.6 trillion. Let's refresh here, make sure we have all the latest numbers. Yeah, we're down 2.3% to 2.66 trillion. Again, if you look at that from a month ago, it's bullish. Ethereum, $2,300. XRP $1.40. It's been right at this $1.40, $1.45 here. I haven't seen it gone too much higher than that. BNB $626. Solana $84.70. Dogecoin very high, 9 cents, almost back to 10 cents. Been saying that for 3-4 days now. At least it didn't fall really hard with Bitcoin. Hyperliquid $41.73. Cardano high 24, call it 25 cents. XMR $379, still up 7.4% on the weekly. Zcash $352, up 12.3% on the weekly last 7 days. Chainlink $9.32. Canton Network 14 cents, about high 14 cents. XLM mid, 16.5 cents. It's gonna say mid, but we'll just call it half. Meme Core still chilling at 22 by market cap with $3.81, still up 9.8% in the last 7 days, but in the last 24 hours it's down 11.5%. Avalanche $9.24. Hashdara or HBAR just barely under 9 cents. SWI 93 cents, as I always say, on sale under $1. And then let's roll down to see where Flare is by market cap. It's how we welcome in Blues Guy, the king of Flare here. 88 by market cap. So it's fallen down actually a little bit. Surprising. It stays pretty steady where it's at. Now let's go take a look at what is trending today. We're starting to find a nice flow for how we do the beginning of the stream, right? And we always are about raising your crypto IQ. We're going to be talking about portfolios more this week. We talked about portfolios last week. Why are we talking about portfolios? Why would we be talking about portfolios? Because portfolios are best built near the bottom. The lifer says about a 90% chance that we have bottomed. That's not 100%. Nothing is guaranteed in crypto. But if it's not the bottom, it is definitely a local bottom, right? If you understand what I'm saying to you. So here's what's trending. Pudgy Penguins, Jupiter, Monad, USD.AI. We had talked quite a bit about a trade for this. I have it posted in my Discord. Terra Luna Classic, Ethereum, Blockstreet has been crushing it for sure. Looks like it's flagging out again. We'll look at that some more. Core, Pump.Fun, Asteroid, Shiba Inu, Anicia, Based, and Katana 00. So what are all these projects? What is crypto? I'm just messing with you. We're not going to start from the very beginning. But if you're new here, smash that like button and let us know down in the comments that you're new. Maybe you want to join the Discord if you're very interested in learning about cryptocurrency. This is all educational here at this channel. So Pudgy Penguins trending, of course. Best not best. I don't want to say best. Strongest trending NFT project. Bored Ape Yacht Club. A great NFT project, but it went a little silent for a while. Jupiter, a decentralized exchange, right, on the Solana network. If you don't know what Jupiter is, I don't know where you've been. Monad, USD.AI is kind of new on the radar. Look, we don't even have a 7-day percentage here, so it's less than 7 days. And we're going to roll over to TradingView, and we're going to start looking at some of these coins as we've been doing. I've been posting all of my TA in my Discord. That way, we can compare it, we can look at it, we can see how it plays out, all of that fun stuff. Let's open TradingView. There we go. And you kind of got to start with Bitcoin, right? So we were off to the races out of this trade. We got our long position here showing that we have at least a 3-to-1. I took this trade. We were looking to get to 81,893. So 81,893 was the take profit at about 5.9% spot, without any leverage. And we were really off to the races here. And of course, I thought about, I didn't just think about it. I was going to move my stop loss up into break even. Kind of glad that I didn't, but we'll see how that goes. I kind of fell asleep and ended up not doing it, and then I woke up and we were down. So kind of a fake out, breakout, opposite dolphin dip, right? Lifer definitely pointed out this here, kind of cat ears vibe here. That was ugly. Let's try that again. There we go. So you can see the double top, cat ears, double top. You know, cat ears has to have this up trending spot in the middle to really be cat ear. So we could be falling down more. They could have really faked everybody out. One thing I really do want to show though for BTC, I'll do it in a minute as we roll into say the 4 hour, because this trade was really more on the 4 hour than the 1 hour, right? Is we could have just been flushing liquidity under this level here, right? They a lot of times run it, right? So they squeezed the shorts, they dolphin dipped it, or they broke it down to take out some of this liquidity, and we were on the 1 hour getting back above the 200-day moving average, which, as you know, is a good sign. Getting rejected by it and falling down more is kind of what you normally do when you don't make it. Now, of course, you can never rule out that you're doing, you know, something of this nature here, and then this is your measured move to the downside. And at that point, obviously, I'm well stopped out of this position. That's why we take 3 to 1s. You only have to win 3 out of 10 to be basically break even. So that's something we have to keep on the table. But again, if you bounce back to the 1 hour, you're getting back right now above that 200-day moving average. We really need to close this candle in 13 minutes above that 200. Now, I want to bounce back to our web browser here because I want to show you the liquidation map for BTC right now. Let's refresh it, make sure it didn't change. I don't want to give you guys outdated information. So let's roll over here, and you can see the next big liquidation, 313 million at 78,535. Got a little bit to get you up there, 161 million at 79,300, and then of course 215 at 80,000, and of course there's a little bit more above that. A lot of times it'll wick up and grab that, right? And then they stop. They don't give us any higher than like 82. So let's go to the 48 hour. I don't even think the 48 hour would get you there. You almost need like the monthly. I don't usually look at the liquidation map on the monthly, so that seems pretty intense. And still, you only got it up here, but we don't have any super dark heat under us. Just a couple little spots, but they're way down there, 73 and 70,000. Not to say you can't go there. Now, one thing you can see here right on the liquidation map is you've broke that trend line, right? You double top, broke the trend line. That's not a good, it's not a good vibe, right? So we need to very quickly, you know, get above. I'll probably let this trade rock and let it hit my, stop loss, if you will. But I probably wouldn't get into another long without really, really great conditions here because we did break that trend line. Now let's bounce back over to TradingView. Let's pull that trend line so I could show you a little more what I'm talking about, because you had to visualize it, right? You had to kind of visualize that trend line, and that might not be easy for everybody to do. So let's go ahead and get rid of this ascending triangle or bearish continuation pattern. And this trend line goes on for some time. I mean, the daily might be the easiest place to show it to you. Let's go ahead and pull it. We're on the daily, so it'll be a little rough. So you can look at it as that trend line. I'm sure you could also pull it on like a parabolic curve. So you really need to quickly get back above that trend line, or you really could be rolling over here. That's where we get to pull in the fibs. If we're bullish, and this is not like a top, where we roll over and go significantly lower, continue in the bear market, that kind of jazz, then you shouldn't really break this zero line down here where we pulled the fib from, and you might get as deep as like under a 786, right? Or a 78% in the fear buy. Could be a good buy. So if we roll over and I lose this trade and I get stopped out, I'm probably just going to relax for a little bit. Now I'm all cool with deleting everything and kind of starting over. Let's bounce down to the 4 hour where it's going to look like a wealth of a little bit more information here. And what kind of pattern can we really find here? This is the one that jumps out to me kind of right away. Of course, measured move. And of course, the markets are always trying to psych everybody out. Again, if you're rolling in here, smash that like button and throw something in the chat so that we know you're here. The 4 hour is bottomed out, right? If we pull this up, you're bottoming out and kind of curving back to the upside. So that's not a bad look here. Let's go down to the 1 hour for BTC. Again, we have 9 minutes. We really want to close the candle above that 200-day moving average, and we have the moving average is getting tight. They were tight here. They've been pretty tight actually for a while, since around here. Very interesting. And of course, you know, you gotta see this kind of shoulder, head, and then what, maybe another shoulder. Very possible. It is Monday, right? Now, if any of you guys have ever followed Master Friend or took his Master Leverage class and stuff, he talks quite a bit about how Mondays, and I've seen it happen. I've also seen it not happen, but more than less I see it happen, where Monday sets the high of the week or the low of the week, right? And then it's opposite direction trend from there. So if that is, you know, something we could really take to the bank, then this is not so bad, because it says, hey, we flushed that liquidity that I showed you under here. Everybody who was long under that, right? We flushed that, and then we set our low for the week, and then what? We trim back up over the week, maybe go to 80,000, 81, 82, maybe 83. And that's kind of if we're still bullish and we're not going to continue the bear market, at least not just yet. I don't love the double bottom, and again, very cat ear vibes, even though it's not the most beautiful cat. Yeah, I guess it is. It's got that upward slant to it here in the middle. Anyway, just trying to be pretty meticulous when it comes to BTC technical analysis, because everything else, you got 100x longs on meme coins, like Bitcoin's got to play ball. And if you did, you probably already got washed out, because this dip probably affected a lot of your meme coins. And then of course, head back to the top of the channel here. And then, I mean, you could play around in this flag for quite some time. All kinds of people on X saying we're going to 40K soon. And you know what? Everybody on X said that we were going to 8K or 10K, and we only went to 15 last time. So I hear them. I know everybody wants a cheaper position in Bitcoin. I get it. I don't hate the idea of more time to accumulate some more. I don't hate the idea of it. But I would love to get this rally going, right? I would really love to get this rally going, since we hit the top of the trend line. And we had been hit the top of that trend line. You know? Like, let's pull... You really got to look at it best, like, on the weekly, right? And this is a trend line that I assume you're talking about here. Would be this. And we're on the weekly, right? So if you zoom in, these lines might not be absolutely perfect, but they give you the idea. And what should have happened, in my opinion, is if we were still very bearish, is you should have came up and hit this and then came down. Or you're in the fake out breakout and then you come back in. But here's the thing. If you don't go back into the pattern, or you bounce off to get the retest, then I think that idea is kind of negated. And of course, just like I showed you really locally on the week, you have kind of the same idea. Shoulder, head, shoulder, right? So there you go. And again, I just really wanted to highlight that trend line that you had really broke. You broke that trend line that goes all the way across here. And that usually is the signal that we're in something new. And we could go all the way up to bearishly retest that trend line. So basically, I really want to see us get back above this trend line quickly and move on. Notice all this other time we did not fall under that trend line. And of course, if you see it, you see it. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. So there's that. So there's a lot of different things at play. That's why we have to constantly monitor this market every day. do our BTC technical analysis every day. I really want to see us in 5 minutes close above that 200. It doesn't mean nothing could ever go wrong, but it definitely means that we might be staying bullish and just came down to this trend line. There you go. Now, what do we want to talk about besides Bitcoin? Let's go take a look. Get us back to what was trending. Pudgy Penguins. We've been looking at a lot of like Pudgy Penguins and projects that maybe a lot of people aren't doing TA on right this second. And here you go, Pudgy Penguins off to the races. I mean, we had a 4.4 long position, right, ratio here. What's up, Melissa? Thank you for showing off those custom emojis. If you would like some custom emojis, grab that membership. Me too, I would, but they are the reason I'm waiting to buy more. Well, Camsta, if that's so, then last week's IQ raising events and this week's IQ raising events are really, I guess, directed towards you and people who feel like you do. It's not about catching the bottom. It's about building a position close enough to the bottom that it will matter when you get to the top of a bull market, right? And it's same idea there. We're not trying to time the perfect bottom of a bear market. We're trying to build positions close to it. And then we're not trying to time the very perfect top, because if you miss that sell, all your hard work and accumulation and time and patience will also be wasted, because you won't sell. You'll lose like 50% of your gains very quickly, and then you'll just probably wind up holding, right? Good evening. What's up, Chocolate Salty, our resident airdrop specialist? Thank you for being here. And I kind of see a shoulder, head, and shoulder here, like shoulder, head, shoulder, maybe. There you go. But anyways, Pudgy Penguin's doing the thing, and it looks like you kind of had a flag here, and it's already going and breaking out of it. Guess it doesn't really care what Bitcoin's doing. A lot of big people buying a lot of stuff, and that could take you even higher up here to 0.011. So far, no stop loss in danger here. It was a tight stop loss move. We had a 25% move. Obviously, you'd probably put this on some leverage, and you could go to the top. I know that, I don't know if he got out of it, but Blues guy was in a long for Pengu, so hopefully he is nailing that one. And we will go ahead and snap a screenshot of that so that we can update. I'm going to make a tab specifically for like my TA. It'll probably be like Underground TA or something like that. I've been posting what I want everybody to see. That's really just a quick place to grab the link to the show every day, and any of my thoughts and things I want to say. I want to keep the TA a little bit separate, right? The more separate I make things, the easier it is for people to get to what they want to look at, right, and not get lost. Let's go get Hyper. I believe it was Kamsu who asked about Hyper the other day, and I said you had this complex, head and shoulder, and you even got another one. And let's see what your measured move would have been off of that. I mean, yeah, that's very close to every bit of that. Of course, you had another head and shoulder here with a much smaller move, but it definitely gets you there too. Said I will post a new airdrop project in the Discord. The faucet for this project is being finicky, so I haven't posted yet. Okay, well, we will definitely check that out. I appreciate you big time for being a part of the Undergrounders, and I will check that out and see if maybe we want to go after that one as well. So here's kind of some kind of cylinder, Livermore cylinder kind of vibe there. Kind of like that. It's more of a channel, I would say. On the 1 hour for Hyper here. And I guess it has a pretty nice measured move if you break out of it. It's kind of doing the same thing as Bitcoin on the 1 hour, where it just dipped under the 200 and it's getting back above it. It's got 27 seconds, so it's very likely to close above that 200. Reliable J in the house, showing off those custom emojis. I can't hear, but what's up? What happened? Why can't you hear? Why can't you hear anything, Reliable J? Not too good. Took a hit with BTC. Ooh, sorry to hear that, man. Deep stop losses. Deep stop loss. Sup Game says green fingers. Welcome in, green fingers. And we're just kind of going over some different charts. I don't know why I'm changing my BTC chart. I should not be doing that. Let's see. Where was I? I always try to make sure I don't change my Bitcoin chart so I can quickly get to it. And here I am breaking all the rules. Okay, that's not the one I've been using, apparently. It's always easier to just relook everything up. There we go. And this is a perpetuals chart, by the way. All right, cool. And we just closed the candle above the 200-day moving average. I like that. Maybe we can cup and handle. Worst bearish case, a double bottom. It's not the worst case scenario, but it's like kind of the crappier bullish position. The 1 hour topping out, the 4 hour very low. A lot of times the 1 hour and the 4 hour are in contrast, right? Green, my man, you read the thread, Cam. He must be talking about something in Bankroll tab. Haven't seen Bankroll all that much here in the last couple of days. What about you guys? Where's he at? Oh, I went to the 1 minute. I don't want to be on the 1 minute. There we go. You guys probably know better than me what's going on with my man Bankroll. All right, so we had this trade going for the 1 hour. I mean, it was up for sure. Stop loss, not well. No, you would have definitely got stopped out here on this wick here. Oh, we were just projecting. I don't remember where we were yesterday. So 1 hour. So yeah, I guess we would have been over here. Yeah, if you would have jumped in really early, you would have got stopped out for sure. But anyways, this BSB or Block Street has been doing pretty well. Let's reevaluate here. I did not get into a trade for this. I was going to say a trend because I'm drawing a trend line. And the measured move. Now it would have a different measured move. Yeah, it's about the same. And you'd kind of have to change all that you got going on here. Make it kind of perfect. There we go. Make it a little bigger. And it's not even a 3-to-1. I might have said that I didn't like this one. You got to be pretty tight on this to even get a 3-to-1 here. And with Bitcoin kind of uncertain, I don't know if that is if that's the greatest thing. Got paid on an algo long yesterday. Then took a BTC short at the SP. Gonna hold think lower. Okay. Okay, I see it now. I'm blind, he says. It's hilarious. Cool, it's like a legend, he says. All right, cool. So let me screenshot this so I can post it in the Discord. Kind of stay reevaluating all the time, all the different ideas. Again, I will be making a new tab. Let's take a look at Mover. And Mover kind of did the thing. I don't know why it did that. Let's bring it back. Okay, Mover did not do the thing. I don't know what chart I was. Oh, probably looking at Pengu. Anyways, yeah, this thing really just never got the move. Feel like we've reevaluated this since then, but very interesting. Maybe we didn't look at Mover yesterday. Anyways, none of this really matters because it didn't really do the thing. It just decided to kind of double bottom or round out anyways. Maybe you're going to get another shoulder. Mover was just trending. It's not something, Moon River, it's not something you really see constantly. So, not a coin I'm running to trade, right? It's not a coin that I'm like, I really need to trade some Moon River. Adjust this a little bit. As we move along. Still a 3-to-1 or higher. 109% here for chip. What I liked about it is your stop loss is basically when you go lower than price action's ever been before. You came down to the 786 and you bounced, and you're still higher than that 786, right? So that's what I like to see. I see the X mean you should be done building post. I get it. Nice. So this is what we're looking at for chip. We got an adjusted chart here. I will throw that in the Discord as an update. Let's look at Jupiter, because I don't feel like we've looked at Jupe lately. Did we look at it the other day? No, we did not. So let's go ahead and pull up Jupe. I like, oh wait, no, not Turkish lung. No. Yeah, here we go. Let's use this one. And I don't think we've been charting this. It is definitely on a bit of a tear here. Looks like the other coin we just did some TA on. Looks like it's already gotten rather tight. Has a very good trend line there. Grab that measured move. I remember the lifer always saying Jupiter above $1 and you are certainly in an altcoin season. So I believe that's still on the table for sure. Let's look at our long position here. And again, what I'm doing with the long positions, you can do for shorts just as well. And let's look at our percentage. What would that give you? Give you like a 10%, 10x leverage, which is pretty conservative for most people. 100x gains, right? A lot going on in the chat here. So that's Jupiter. I mean, BTC had this nice trend line and we broke it. Is Jupiter going to break it? That's the question here. I thought the cat ears had more downward movement to it. It does, but in really bullish times, you can make a bearish pattern and it not really fully play out, even if you do kind of initially get some drop and then it bounces quickly. Let's go back to BTC. Yes, we did close that 1 hour above the 200. I mean, you could pull your fib here. Kind of two different places you could really pull the fib from. I'd rather pull it here in this range. Makes more sense. It's a lot more local. What did I just do? All right. So you got basically a bounce off the 618 and a little bit of a dip into the golden pocket. And then you started rolling back up. And you kind of didn't really get the full move of this. You should have probably come down to here if you were more bearish, but it looks like it got bought back up. Again, could just be a bearish retest of the trend line. Keep that in mind. I mean, if you wanted to be a little more open here, you could pull it from that first impulse there, and then you're more at like the 0.5, right? But a double top nonetheless, right? And usually double tops are a lot closer together. The cat ear is usually much farther apart. And the trend line, something like this. Apologize if it makes the chart look a little messy. But what I was saying, this trend line's been going on for quite some time. Like, as you can see, it's all the way back to here, which is quite some time for BTC. So what we're hoping is that we're not going to bearishly retest this. Really would like to see it get back above that trend line. This was just a big liquidity sweep and then we're off to the races. But of course, that is very much a hope and a wish, and nothing is guaranteed. All we know is the fact of our own ignorance, right? Let's get this screenshot here. Bang. All right, what else do we want to look at? Feel free to throw something out if you'd like me to look at it. He says, why Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday pump? What's the reason why it should pump? I don't know. I guess he'll have to answer that. Let's go to Monad. Let's look at Monad real quick. Here we are. Where do we want to look? Coinbase will work. That's good enough. Let's go. I haven't really done a lot of TA on Monad lately, so let's pull it from the daily. Obviously, you can see this right here. Use the candle bodies, not the wick. I feel like I could get that a little more perfect, but I'm going to be adjusting that flag as we go down in time frames anyway. Because the wicks and the candle bodies will change as we go down. On Monad, we're chilling at about 3 cents. And we are, at the bottom here. If we pull this up, you'll see that we hit the bottom and then we came up, but just because you hit the bottom and curve doesn't mean you're going straight up with it. It can easily come down and double bottom. It can do whatever it wants, really, right? A lot of times we tell ourselves, oh, we're at the bottom, we're going to do something like go up, straight up. And even this one went up to the, 80% and then came back down before it finally moved all the way up. Let's drop down to the 4 hour here. 4 hour has pretty much come all the way down to the 200-day moving average. And of course, can't help but notice shoulder, head, shoulder kind of vibe there. Also, you really have the shoulder, head, and shoulder. And this shoulder, head, and shoulder looks like it really played out, right? And then you got that fall. So you will see a lot of patterns inside other patterns inside other patterns. Let's look at Monad on the 1 hour. Lost to 200. Bounced off this trend line here. Looks like it might try to make a move back to the top of the channel. We'll see if it gets rejected or not at the 200. 15 headed for the 200. 5 headed to the 200. 3 just getting above the 200, right? And that just brings us right into the 1 minute. Wow, it really trended, fell down. Interesting. I would personally be looking at some of these higher time frames right now. There's so much kind of uncertainty and chop on a Monday. We don't know really where we're going to be going into Tuesday and stuff like that. So be very interested. I wouldn't get ahead of yourself right now. Let's put it that way. Said best trading days. Yeah, definitely agree with that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, best trading days. That's not necessarily saying it's going to pump, but definitely the best days to trade. Best liquidity and volume. I keep getting caught by the dolphin dip. Yeah, they're loving the dolphin dip. It's funny when you notice a pattern and a time frame, like you're trading over a week and you'll see the same pattern over and over. And sometimes it's for a few weeks and then all of a sudden it'll shift. Bitcoin will make a move and then you'll start seeing that pattern everywhere else. So Terra Luna Classic, let's take a look at that. Yeah, Binance Spot, one of my preferred places to look at stuff. Let's do that. And it is ripping. I mean, if you bought the bottom on this thing, you would be up. I had bought some on an exchange that went down a long time ago. I think I would have been way up if they wouldn't have gone under. Again, this was quite some time ago. You can kind of see this parabolic curve running. So do we flag out here? Come to the parabolic curve and then continue to be parabolic. Again, we are projecting here. This is not a guarantee. Why do people still care about Luna Classic? I don't really know. I was never a big fan or a big hater of Lunar Classic. I just never really used it. It was never really something I cared a whole lot about. I think we all learned more about it when it crashed than a lot of people knew about it previous to that. So are you going to get the flag out or falling wedge, one or the other, down to your parabola and continue to go? Or is Bitcoin going to steal the show and kind of wreck everybody and pull everybody's altcoin dreams down? see. What else is there good to look at? Asteroid Shiba. Let's look at that. I know we have that already lined up for us here. Shouldn't be too hard to find. There it is. And we kind of were already looking at a trade for it, and you're pretty much in exactly the same place. It really hasn't moved much at all. You don't even have to do a whole lot of adjusting here. Still about 171% if this thing can bang out of this channel. But, you know, you can't be fooled that this looks a lot like Bart Simpson vibes. It's a very new coin. It's a meme coin at that, so not a whole lot to say. You can see you moved up very quick over here on the VRVP. And so once you get under basically what is your support right now, this yellow line, once you fall under that support, like, you could fall very fast. And so I'd put my stop loss, you know, closer. And that would give you a good ratio. That's a 5 to 9. I mean, you could just give it a hair more and make it 6. Very sensitive. You can move it like a tick and it moves a lot. There you go. Like a 6 to 1 is pretty good. But it is a meme coin. It's not something I'm crazy excited to trade here. I don't know. Is this grasping for straws? Shoulder, head, and shoulder? Maybe a little bit. The TA on a small, brand new meme coin. That's something. Shiba Inu. We haven't really looked at Shiba in quite some time. Let me get rid of this. Alright, we're just going to look it up because who knows where I have Shiba. Take Coinbase, spot. Pull it on something like, I'll take the daily first because I haven't looked at it in quite some time. I mean, what comes to mind right away? I mean, I feel like most people probably see this immediately. And of course, if Bitcoin decides to fall out on us, this is totally not out of the question at all. I don't know how that goes for like all-time lows or anything like that. I mean, yeah, you're already under all-time lows for Shiba Inu. I hold the tiniest amount of it somewhere. Not even sure where I hold it. But it's nothing of any real significance, right? And this is on the weekly going into overbought territory. Let's roll down to the daily. Pangu just been on a run. Yeah, we were just doing the Pangu chart. I've been posting all my charts, so even if you missed it, Chocolate Salty, I'll be posting it here in just a minute. But let's see, I guess, if the 200 can come down. It's kind of a sharp. Basically need to break out of this here. I don't know, Shiba doesn't look amazing. Has everybody forgot about Shiba? They did build quite a bit of stuff, but might not been enough to really hold the interest. The degens are not here for the tech most of the time. I guess that would kind of not make them degens if they were here for the tech, right? And let's look at Katana and 00. There's two. Oh, okay, I see why. There we go. Wonder when the blues guy is gonna come in. I wonder where he's at today. Oof, look at this. This is one I have not really charted. It's a newer coin for sure. It hasn't been around that long. Say the 18th of March 2026. I almost don't even want to be in the 4 hour. I want to be more like an hour. A heck of a fib retracement, you could say. Big difference between taking the wicks and just the candle bodies. I hear a lot of differing opinions on if you should include the wick or if you should just keep it to the candle bodies. Some people say they want the full range, if you will, of price, and other people they only want to use the candle bodies for whatever reason that is. But you're well under the 786, between the 786 and the 0 line here for your fib. I mean, at this point, seems to me like your stop loss would be under this support here. You're under the 200. Let's go down to the 15. 15's kind of not really coming up to the 200. The 200 is coming down to the, the 15 minute. And then usually that's a decision point. It's rather usually going to break above it and do something, or it's going to reject. If Bitcoin is very bearish, then it probably won't get above that 200 for very long. Katana, again, financial cryptocurrency coin, DeFi infrastructure, whatever you want to call it. 3 minute just shot up to the 200. Kind of looks like it's getting rejected from there. Very interesting. Not a coin I'm personally really looking at trading, but I figured it was worth taking a look at. You never know, we're going to pull it up and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh wow, look at this amazing trade here. So 2Z or 00, and then we'll kind of go back to looking at what is trending. All right, yeah, there we go. Binance Spot. 00 with a big falling wedge. Oh, that's on the 1 minute, huh? I mean, it's hard not to chart it out once I see it. This would be like a 1 minute trade. Very cup and handle-ish, right? But you could just take it as a falling wedge. I mean, that alone would still give you what? Percent gain. It'd be like a 2%. You'd obviously have to use some leverage. Let's delete that. You guys saw it. Let's go to the 4 hour. Interesting price action here. Kind of looks a lot like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Fell down, double bottomed, and now it's kind of higher high. There's actually a lower high there, so that's not amazing. Definitely have the shoulder, head, shoulder. Very interesting price action here. Got that trend line there. I don't know if I really like that. With a fake out, breakout, broken pattern trading. Then of course you kind of have this, slanted double bottom, maybe turning into an inverted head and shoulder. If anything, I like to go up in time frame, not necessarily down in time frame. And I guess you could put this whole thing like this, right? I don't know that 00 is the strongest project. It definitely trends sometimes. It's a layer 0 concept, right? And I mean, that would give you short, just to show you, if you were to build a short, just like we do the long position. Right now, this is not the best position. I don't know why they gave it such a tall wick there. I mean, to get to a 3-to-1, you'd have to be at like 0.11, so 11 cents. And then what kind of percentage would you get off of that? Like a 96%. But I don't know if this is the most amazing trade in this environment, because Bitcoin could turn around and flip bullish on you, and that would totally change the dynamic here. If you're already believing we're going lower, the bear market's not over, if you're really already into that opinion, then maybe this is something you would want to take. Again, 00, the perpetuals on 00, stuff like that can be really hairy. Getting good liquidation levels without adding specifically to margin and stuff like that can be really difficult. So, I don't love to trade anything besides Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Every time I do, it's kind of a shit show, to be honest with you, because of the perpetuals. Now, trading at spot, that is a totally different thing. All right, let's get back to what's trending. Let's check out that Fear and Greed Index. We are almost an hour into the show. We're just getting to the Fear and Greed Index. Adding that TA into the stream definitely takes a bit of time, but I feel like a lot of people really want to see that technical analysis. So Fear and Greed Index is at 33. I swear I saw it at like 47, but maybe that was from yesterday. Okay, so yesterday it went back to 47. Wow. And it came down quickly. I thought it was today, and I couldn't understand why it went. It being yesterday, I could kind of understand why it went to 47. We were starting to get a little bit of hopium yesterday with that BTC price action, right? Let's go back, look at the altcoin index here at 36 out of 100. Says you done well with River to start with. Think over trading the pair might be the issue. Yeah, I was doing really well with River, but River was also, I was long biased, and it was pumping, went to $87 or something like that. And so I did well riding that. I've said this a bunch of times, I was trying out a new trading style, and the trading style works phenomenally, except for when it doesn't, and that's kind of like, oh, okay, well, what does that even mean? Well, a lot of times it gives you really good returns and you make money fast. But if it turns against you and you mitigate, because it was a mitigating strategy, and you mitigate and then it keeps going and you mitigate some more, eventually if you run out of money to mitigate with and it keeps going against you, think parabolic move in whatever direction, doesn't matter the direction necessarily, it will crush you. And you got to be good at cutting it early. But the whole thing with the mitigating strategy is you're waiting for it to flip back your way. So when it almost always does, that's the problem. But when it doesn't do it, you really, 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 really get wrecked. And so, yeah, that's the one thing. If you've ever used a mitigation strategy, you know exactly what I mean. Like, it can be a beautiful thing, but there are key moments where things just go parabolic and it will wreck you, right? Anyways, Open Gradient, Perlay, USD.AI. Let's make this the top 20, not the top 100. Yes, we're still talking about what's trending. We'll do our best. We won't be repetitive. We won't talk about USD.AI again or Katana, right? Perlay is an AI learning, project, if you will. You can participate in. Apparently, they already took their snapshot. Chocolate Salty would know more about that. I really haven't messed with it much. We messed with it a little bit once I heard they took their snapshot for the airdrop. Then I kind of just wanted to see. Chocolate Salty, is Perlay paid out their airdrop yet? Have you looked at that? Because I would be interested to see if we got anything. We didn't do a ton, right? We dealt with it for like 2 days before they did that snapshot, right? So Open Gradient, Perlay, USD.AI, Katana based, High Street, Lumia, which we looked at yesterday, Trador, which has just been absolutely getting wrecked, not a fan of. One Football, Hyperlane, Spark, which I tell you guys I bought like $50 worth of it when it was first very relevant a while ago, probably a year and a half ago, and then I never really looked at it too much past that. Pudgy Penguin, Unk, Bio Protocol, Bernie Sanders, Fluent. Haven't really seen that one. Or Blend, very interesting. Lab, Pippin, and XPL or Plasma. Now, Lab, I always think of Bio, and Bio I always think of Lab. Like, I always get them kind of not confused, because I know Bio is DeSci and Lab is like a decentralized exchange kind of thing. Maybe it has a launch pad in it, right? So what do we really want to look at here? Well, let's touch on Open Gradient, because for whatever, it's trending like every day. Blues Guy in the house. We were waiting for you to show up, brother. Thank you for being here, and thank you for throwing a super chat. Support your boy. You like me coming on here. I spend hours of my time both setting up, looking at stuff, and then of course the stream is at least 2 hours long. Last week we did a stream that was 4.5 hours long. So if you appreciate what I do, throw a super chat, buy a membership, support me, because that's what makes it possible for me to keep going. If nobody ever supports me, at some point it might be very hard to keep going. It's not about the money, but you can't eat without it, right? So it is what it is. Open Gradient, OPG. Open Gradient is a decentralized platform that provides scalable AI computation on chain. And again, every day we have a goal of 5 super chats, right? That I take that goal. I was going to say I take the goal seriously. I have no problem when we don't hit the goal, right? I don't really care. But if we could hit that goal more consistently, that would certainly tell me that you guys like what I'm doing, right? Because I'm taking that as direct feedback, right? Because we talk about this with coins a lot, right? So when a coin comes out, they incentivize people to come and interact with their coin, whatever it is, usually by using a financial reward to draw them in. And then at some point, a good project should start to wean people off of that reward. And if people value what the project is doing, they will show up and they will pay, even if it's a small amount. And that signals to the company that their product is good, and it's not just people there for freebies. They've come to like the product and they're willing to pay even a small fee for it, right? If everybody leaves as soon as you start charging a little bit of money, then you never really had a product that people liked. You just were giving away free stuff, and people always show up for free stuff. Do you understand the point? You get what I'm saying here? Anyways, here's Open Gradient, decentralized platform for scalable AI computation on-chain. Think resources. Might not be the sexiest retail concept. It might not be what everybody's real excited about, resources for AI. A lot of people not even super excited about AI, right? Which I always think is kind of odd, but it is what it is. If you're not a crypto person and stuff, that's one thing. If you're not kind of a techie, nerdy person, then I guess everybody else is against AI. I don't know. I like the idea of there being multiples of me working on my behalf so that I don't have to work so damn hard. Maybe you're not a fan of that. That's, I guess, a personal choice there. All right. So this is very limited information here. I wouldn't get crazy on this idea, but it looks like it could break. Got a double bottom going on. You might even wind up with an inverted head and shoulder. If you've seen us draw this stuff a lot, then you're noticing a pattern in the way that patterns play, right? A double bottom can be inside of this wedge, all of that kind of stuff. A channel can have many inverted or regular head and shoulders in just a straight flat channel, flat range. Open Gradient, not the most exciting thing to me, to be honest with you, because it's infrastructure. It's very needed, but not exactly the most exciting. Anyways, Perlay offers a platform for managing training data for artificial intelligence. So you want to help them train their data, their language models, whatever, and then, I don't know, are you going to somehow be able to benefit from it at some point? I have no idea. Been as high as 75.7 million. Right now sitting at 62.9, call it 63 million. It definitely had some flag action going on here with a big fake out breakout in the middle. Again, very limited data. But see how it really does the thing. And even the angle of the trend line a lot of times comes into play, saying, hey, this could go up very fast if it goes up. What's next? High Street, we've talked about. Based a decentralized exchange, Katana financial exchange, USD.ai, also financial infrastructure type stuff. Let's look at High Street. High Street World is a play to earn open world metaverse that incorporates shopping, gaming, NFTs, and brands with MMORPG experience. We checked it out. We went to their website. We looked at it. I'll probably maybe bring it back up on Friday because it's DeFi Friday, so it's a little more fitting. There was a metaverse. You could run around in it. I don't know if it works on like an Oculus or something like that, but I didn't see anybody in there and I didn't see a lot going on. And that's a lot of times what these metaverses feel like. How do you bring people and make them interested in wanting to be in your metaverse? It's very difficult because you really have to bring just an insane amount of value, and you have to have a very large budget and even well connected to do something like that. So very interesting concept. Lumia is a layer 2 roll up on the Aegean layer, right? And we talked about Aegean layer quite a bit. It was trending. It was very popular for a while. A lot of things being built on it. A layer 2. I don't doubt that it is in the Ethereum ecosystem, right? It's its own ecosystem. Okay. So Lumia is basically a layer 2 for the Aegean layer. Blues Guy says, I enjoy every second of it, bro. Keep at it, man. I absolutely will. Thank you very much for another super chat. It means a lot to me. The daily is pumping. Yeah, look at that. Even breaking some levels here for Lumia. 24 million in market cap, very small. It's been as high as 603. Let's see, when do we have the token? The 19th of October 2024. Then it fell down. You had this other top here, the 4th of December 2024, and then this is what almost every single altcoin looks like from that time period, right? And so they pretty much dumped into the ground. It's been on the ground for a while, and now it's really starting to wake up. You just broke a pretty decent level. Let's see, do you have yeah, so you wicked above that next level, but you didn't hold it. And there you go. This is a pretty big move. I don't know that I would be chasing that, and I don't know enough about it. Again, this used to be Orion, and it now has rebranded as Lumia. So it's a rebrand too. It's not like a brand new coin. It is a rebrand. And to rebrand that quickly, like if you come out with a project and you rebrand within a week or two, I don't really think anything of it, because obviously you just changed your tactic real early on before it really mattered, before people really knew you. But when you've been around for a year or two and then you rebrand, like maybe something's not right with what you got going on. Hyperlane is a interoperability layer built for the modular blockchain stack. Blues Guy again says, let's go underground, you rock, bro. I really appreciate you, man. Don't feel like you have to hit that super chat goal all by yourself. I don't want to put that on nobody, man. If you do it because you want to, which I know you do. I know you do. But yeah. When I said all that, I wasn't talking to you or Melissa. You guys always super chat, and I appreciate it big time. And of course, I appreciate everybody others. Anyways, moving on. I don't want to get caught on that and seem like I'm hyper fixed on super chats here. Market cap 40.8 million, 114.2 million all-time high here for Hyperlane. Let's go take a look at their website. Melissa says you got it, Blues, and she hit that final super chat of the night. Hopefully, you get what I'm saying. We hit the goal. That's what I'm trying to say. I have 5. Says you got it, Blues. You guys always hyping me up and holding me down. Shout out to my mods who do so much for me in so many ways. I really appreciate you guys a lot. And if anybody else would like to be a mod who comes to the channel every day and stuff, feel free to let me know, and I will certainly consider it. Interoperability for asset issues, Solana, stable coins, 150 plus chains, Aerodrome. This is Hyperlane. We did look at it the other day. Hyperlane is the open interoperability framework, enabling you to build applications and assets with connectivity between 150 plus chains. And again, if we bounce back here and we toggle the categories, look at all these ecosystems. It's a lot of ecosystems that Hyperlane works with. At work, can't listen, but I'm here when I can. Exactly. I appreciate you. Even when she can't really be here, she's still super supportive, posts my links. What more can I ask for? A lot of people would say, hey, I gotta work, I'm not gonna be able to be there, and they would put zero thought or effort into it, which is fine, totally understandable. But it's the people who rise above that, right, who really go the extra mile. Says, you did it. Much love to you, Queen Melis. Absolutely. And yeah, this is a lot of ecosystems that they have going on here. Stuff that, I've rarely even messed with. What is Rockstock ecosystem? Scroll ecosystem? Lisk ecosystem? World Chain? Zircuit? Taiko? Like, there's ecosystems in there I've rarely, if ever, heard of. And the more interoperable, the more useful, the more likely it might do something. Still very tiny market cap. It says, take that, Blues. Hey, you guys started a super chat war. Love it. Thank you very much. Can feel the love and the support. And this is Hyperlane. I don't know what else really to say about it. It's just super interoperable. It's very connective. It's very infrastructure. It's very, bringing things together so we can smoothly move from one ecosystem to another, making them not so isolated. Spark, again, I wouldn't say I was super bullish on Spark. Spark kind of reminds me of Flare, but like not as big, not as built out, not as robust. But they tried to do a little thing, and they could build into the future, I guess. I don't know how much they've done since they were trending. They were popular for a while. Then they kind of faded off, and then now it's acting like it might do something. Spark is a DeFi platform offering on-chain savings and lendings with transparent rates. So they're more of a lender, maybe. And you got this falling wedge, or you could call it a Fibonacci retracement. I don't really like that. We got to take it from the impulse there. And you're getting close to the 786. You could get a bounce. You could just kind of round out and touch it, right? People in this group might think we have issues. That's hilarious. Well, I know that you guys don't have issues. Y'all are both very solid. And you can see this falling down and maybe getting the 786, or maybe you never get to the 786. You know, maybe you just have a falling wedge with a nice measured move. And this is very common to coins that are like waking up, right? These coins are waking up. And next target could be 0.077. So like a very high 7 cents. Oh, I love the pop-ups. Thank God. Have I thanked God today for the pop-ups over on Crypto Rank? And it is somewhat of a joke, but it's also not a joke because I mean it seriously, right? Gotta be grateful even for the things that we find quite annoying. Unk is one that I really want to do some TA on. Since you're the best at blues, you are a true motivator. Blues guy, definitely with the gratitude, the motivation, upbeat. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. Here's Unk. It looks like a kindergartner drew it and then slapped some sunglasses on it. Pretty funny. I hear a lot of people talking about it. So there's two actually. I noticed Henry was being discussed in the bankroll tab. So there's Henry. Unk is another one. Unk I more see people talking about on like Lifer's channel, because there's a lot, bigger pool there of people. And it's funny, it's like it's in a flag with like not really any measured move. Is this our measured move? It's pretty funny. I mean, if you're gonna grab some Unk, All right. No rhyme or reason to why it does that sometimes. I'm just glad that I got an easy fix for it, right? That's really my saving grace there, is that I can quickly fix that. So if somebody wants to tell me what the last thing they heard was, the mic has left the building. Exactly. Please tell me you're joking. You don't take meds. Oh no, you're going to set Blues Guy off. He's going to have to put you on an extreme health regimen. All right, Fluent or Blend charts here. It's been around for like not a lot of time. Let me give you an exact day instead of a guess. The 24th of April, 2026. So 3 days ago. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Looks actually more like 4 days ago, but whatever. Maybe I can't do math. Fluent is an execution network that integrates different virtual machines, right? So is this like interoperability, but specifically for virtual machines? You have the SVM, Solana Virtual Machine, the EVM, the Ethereum Virtual Machine, which is kind of the standard. And then, of course, you could throw a VM after a lot of different projects and kind of get the same thing. I'm assuming everybody can hear me again. Throw something in the chat. Throw a 111 or something in the chat if you can hear me. We will put her on high doses of cayenne pepper. Exactly. Cayenne pepper is, from my understanding, wonderful for cleaning up the blood. And reminds me I need to take it today. I have not taken cayenne pepper today. Blues Guy, do you think cayenne pepper tablets are bad? Or capsules? Would that be bad? Would you be releasing like too much cayenne pepper at one time in your stomach? Is that even a problem? Is that even a thing? Anyways, this is Fluent. I don't know what else to say about it. Let's go to their website. Check it out. Fluent.xyz. I'm messing up my speech. It's how I know I need to drink some drink. Okay, says Mike is good. 1-1. Thank you for the participation, Green Fingers. It's amazing when you say, like, throw a 111 if you can hear me, and then, like, one person does it, and you're like, hey, can you guys hear me or not? It's important. The chain for reputation-based apps, right? Build 10x apps with blended execution. Integrate prints to add reputation to your app. All EVM, SVM, or WASM smart contracts are automatically composable and conveniently accessible through one wallet. I love the interoperability. I love the idea of bringing it all together and making it one big Fluent network. Think of all of the different applications, things that are built across many chains, all were connected and unified. One drawback to that, though, is prior to connecting everything, you had a swap for each chain, right? Main liquidity providers for each chain. If we intelligently link all of it together, do it very well, we're maybe not going to need all of that. And maybe one swap like Jupiter or Uniswap or like one of those 2 or 3 are going to kind of rise to take over everything. I don't know. It's just a thought. It's not guaranteed, that's for sure. And so this is Fluent. I'd keep an eye on it. It's very early. It's only at 17 million. Only been as high as 18.9. Good chance that this thing booms. Like, it's a very good chance that it booms, right? It came out, all the sell pressure's pretty much out, still kind of bled out, and then it's kind of only up for here, right? How much more can you really lose? 20 million's not a lot for a more serious project. This is not a meme coin. 20 million could be lost out of a meme coin overnight. Says best is in a cup and drink because you won't need to get too deep like the castor frozen oil. Yeah, okay. By drinking it activates right away and heals on its way down. Yeah, that's how I've been using it, just for the record. I've been using it more with a drink, what they call the Master's Cleanse, which is olive oil, lime juice, salt, like a good heavy mineral dense salt. I like Celtic salt. And then, of course, your cayenne pepper, just 1/8 a teaspoon. Pinky promise we'd chat next weekend. She says, okay. All right, it's a deal. All right, we got Bernie Sanders. I've seen it on the radar for a couple of days. I don't even really want to go look at it, but we might have to. Pippin. Why is Pippin back? I thought we were done with Pippin, Camsta. Camsta, can we be done with Pippin finally? Lab, Pippin, and XPL. Let's go look at those real quick. And you notice how we changed depending on what needs to be done, right? So it seems like now, until Bitcoin really rolls over again and again, and gets us to a place where everybody pretty much loses their confidence in it. We're not quite there yet. I feel like we're starting to get close to that middle line here where people are starting to lose a little bit of confidence in the pump back to like 90K or a new all-time high, whatever it is. The more it falls down from here, the more people are going to be pretty convinced that the bear market could not be over. And here we are, just indecision kind of doji there at the 200-day moving average. So that's not really giving us the most solid opinion. It is holding higher. I mean, it could be worse. You could be down here, right? You could be all down at the bottom of that wick or lower. 1 hour is going to take some time to fill out. It could cup and handle. It definitely has kind of cup and handle vibes, right? Or it could. Probably better on the 15 than anything, right? Here's your handle. Probably have to redraw this handle several times because we're just projecting it. We're very early here. And then, of course, you have your measured move for the cup and handle. Bang, bang. That gets you well above the 15-minute 200. But we will see. We shall see. Did you know that cayenne will stop bleeding? Yes, actually, I did know that. Cayenne is the body soldier. It will thin the blood when it needs it, and it will think... Hold on, wait. It needs it, and it will think it when it needs it. Or thin it. Wait, thicken it. I think he meant thicken it when it needs it. It's like received order from God. Yeah, when I cut my knee with a 7-inch grinder and it was cut open deep, I sprinkled cayenne pepper and it stopped the bleeding right away until I got to the hospital. Yeah, exactly. All right. So what did I come here to look at? Somebody please remind me. What was one of them? Lab was one of them. And I'd really prefer to look at it on spot. Let's go to spot Binance here. Bang. Yeah, 4 hours should be good enough on a coin like this. Lab seeming a little down and out, doesn't it? It's really not looking all that beautiful. Not a coin I ever was like super excited about. We followed it. It was kind of decentralized exchange back there in the craze of decentralized exchanges. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. That craze is kind of over, and Lab seemed to fade in relevance with it. It's kind of like bearishly retesting this support and resistance, like flipping it, right? But short. Hello, crypto talk. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we can mention a thing or two besides crypto every once in a while. It's not the end of the world. If people are tuning off that quickly, then my goodness, they don't really care about learning at all. All right, let's look at Pippin. Swap, no. Let's see if we can do better than that. Index, no thank you. Okay, not giving us much more than that. Perpetuals, here we go. Spot for Mexi. I guess that's what it's gonna have to be. Pippin absolutely destroyed. I mean, look at this thing. Even if the TA's already been done, I love to draw it when I see it and see how accurate it was. Seems like this measured move, it might not have even had like room to do it. Yeah, I didn't even have the room to do it. Like, this is in your negatives. I mean, Pippin is crushed. Could it be a good buy? Don't know. Does Pippin really have anything to offer? I mean, they did have some technical things that they were doing somewhere. I didn't fully understand it all that well, to be completely honest with you. The actual technical stuff that Pippin was doing. But apparently they were doing some. All right, trying to get a bottom here for like lowest price action ever. Is it that? You kind of wicked a little lower than that, but that seems like a better support and resistance. Let's pull that long position. Let's see if you could, I guess you have to have a target here. That would be helpful. But I mean, you can get some pretty crazy risk reward ratios just chilling under that. Like back to even like whatever that liquidity was. Yeah, that's like a 12-to-1. This is where it's kind of like back to the wall. It's like if your trade fails on this trade, like it's kind of over for the entire coin. And so what's even the point, right? And it could be over for Pippin, but then why is it trending? I mean, 1,400%. I mean, could you imagine if you just took $5, put it on Pippin, deep stop loss, like basically to zero, and then, I don't know, throw it on like 5x and hit like 1400x, like on 5x, like 1400% on 5x. That could be pretty insane. And you're not even trying to get back to highs. Like, you're not even trying to get back to all-time highs here. Why won't it click on the thing? I see it do it to other people too. It's like you click on the thing and it just doesn't do it. TradingView needs to fix that like a long time ago. But anyways, that's kind of my thought on stuff like this. It's not that I like the coin. The coin's done things before. You know, pump groups and people love to grab tiny things like this that have a little bit of brand recognition, aka people know the name, it was hot at one point, stuff like that. And it could happen. It could definitely happen. It could also not happen. But for $5, turning $5 into like, you know, whatever. Turning $5 into, I don't even know what it would be. I don't know what 1400 on like a 5 or 10x applied to $5. I don't even feel like doing that math. And then XPL. Let's do XPL real quick. Let's go. All right, here we are. Alright, already had it before. Let's go the 4 hour here. Be a little cleaner. Okay, no idea what's going on there. We definitely had it in this channel. It fell out. We didn't really have like a whole measured move or anything. Just a very distinguished channel. Let's make it a little bigger. It's not so hard to see. And let's pull a fib. Probably very close to a 786, I am sure. This has some crazy wicks. I'm just going to kind of negate those crazy wicks. That's what my intuition kind of tells me what to do there. And, you know, you're getting rounded out here on the 4 hour. Drop it to the 1 hour. I mean, you're all over that 786, trying to get back to the 200-day moving average on the 1 hour, 15 minute. Same spiel there. Building up. Bit of a trend line there. Go to something like the 3 minutes, getting back above. Really would like to see it kind of flag out. Maybe you're starting to flag out here. That's kind of a very ugly flag. I don't really like that idea very much. I don't know. We're just projecting here on the 3 minutes, so it's nothing all that amazing. Anyways, just wanted to kind of take a look at it. I would be monitoring more on high time frame than anything else. Get rid of these fibs. We know it's right on the 786. Just kind of stopping it round and out. It's pointed down, not pointed up. All right, let's go ahead and move along here. Are you ready for that crypto raising event here? Let me tell you guys a little story about some cryptocurrency. It's been a minute. Hopefully it's already loaded where I want it. It says, when I type @ button with the person's name in the chat, I can tell if the person is in or out simply to see if the name appears on screen or not. That's cool. That's very true. You absolutely can do that. You know what's really annoying though is you can't do it from your phone, at least not with Apple. With Apple, I don't know about Android. Maybe you can on Android, but with Apple, if I go to the chat and I put the app button, right, and I type in like blues, nothing comes up. Like nothing pops up. Where if I hit @ and then like BL on regular YouTube, like in a web browser, it immediately brings up like anybody who that would fit, right? And if you're specific, it's only going to fit a couple of people, if not just one. All right, so let me tell you that we are continuing on about portfolios, right? Who else is even concerned about having a portfolio? How many of you guys think you have a portfolio? And then how many of you have a built portfolio? And I think that's going to be for tomorrow or the next day, where we really kind of get into some percentages, some percentages about stuff. Like I build these a week at a time, right? So I know it's in there. I just don't remember if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. And it might be both. It doesn't work with my Motorola. Same with Android, it doesn't work. Yeah, it's like you have to be in a web browser, which is flawed, right? Because if you're trying to quickly say something to somebody, like, there's no point in putting like @blues guy if I have to type the whole thing out and it doesn't even highlight it, right? UG, do you still have a landline in your home, bro? No, I don't. I haven't dialed on a landline 10 plus years. It's been 10 plus years since I've used a landline. My grandma still has a landline, but that's about that. All right, the idea of buying the bottom is one of the most appealing concepts in crypto, and yet so many people don't strategize based off of that idea. And you can really see who's been around the space a long time, and where they're at, right? Like if they're okay, big money is made over time in the big moves on the big macro chart, versus the people who are like, I've been here for a year or two and I'm still trying to catch that one trade meme coin that makes me a millionaire, right? Like it's a very different mentality. It feels like the perfect move. You wait, you time it, you enter at the lowest possible point, and everything builds from there. But in reality, that's not how it plays out, because bottoms don't show up clearly. They are not announced, right? They don't announce themselves. They don't feel like an opportunity at the time. Matter of fact, they feel like the worst idea ever. This is why you hear the lifer talk about the fear and greed index so much, because the fear and greed index gives you that understanding that, hey, we're in a really, 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 really low sentiment. Go back and look at when the fear and greed index was at 5 and 8, right? That was the double bottom that could potentially be the bottom of the market. Even if it wasn't, it was a wonderful time to buy. You'd be up considerably right now, depending on what kind of game you're playing. If you have spot bags or if you have perpetual leverage, either way, you would have made money. But the bottom is definitely retrospective. So if you want to buy the bottom, I feel like this is such a common rookie mistake here. You want to buy the bottom, but you think that you're going to know when the bottom is. You're not. You might think you know when the bottom is, but you're not going to be confident. Even the lifer, somebody who's done it forever, he's saying 90% sure this is the bottom. He's not saying, I know for a shadow of a doubt, that this is the bottom, because I can see it's the bottom, because you won't know it was the bottom until like a year from now. Anyways, because bottoms don't show up clearly, they don't announce themselves, they don't feel like an opportunity at the time. They feel like uncertainty, like things could still go lower, and they could. Like you might be early, or you might be wrong. And that's the key difference. Because people don't hesitate because of a lack of information. No, they hesitate because it doesn't feel safe yet. We did a whole day or two of IQ raising event on people feeling safe, right? That people buy crypto when everybody else kind of validates them and makes them feel safe. Well, if that's how you operate, then you're easily manipulated. because they can get the influencers, the money rolling, then the influencers, and then they start influencing the people who are following the influencers, right? And then they start chattering all over social media. And the next thing you know, you're pretty confident and very sure that it's only up from here. And then you start buying in. And then we get the drop, because that was probably a local top when they did that. And by the time it does feel safe, the market has already moved. A big portion of the move is already missed. So the real shift is stop thinking in terms of the bottom and start thinking in terms of a range, because positioning happens across time, not in one perfect moment. Bro, same here, LOL. I was curious. I would love to dial a rotary phone one more time. Yeah, it's funny. I've actually, up north in our cabin, we have like a mock rotary phone. It works, but it's not like an original rotary phone. It's just kind of like a mock of one that was made much later. But it's pretty funny because I loved that thing as a kid, calling all my friends up north. That's a lot of influence. Yeah, exactly. So the bottom is only clear in hindsight. I've said this many times. That's why I put it here as number one. The real time, it looks like uncertainty, not opportunity. Bottoms form as a range. Markets don't just hit one price and then reverse. They move through zones of accumulation. Blues Guy says you have a cabin. My family does, up north, Booth Bay Harbor, Maine. I think I've mentioned it to you before. Pretty sure I have. Yeah, it says, nice, bro. Love cabin. Yeah, you'd probably love it. I'm sure, if you come down to Florida, you'll probably wind up going with me. Bottoms form as a range. So bottoms form as a range, right? Markets don't just hit one price and reverse. They move through zones of accumulation. Waiting for confirmation equals later entries. This is kind of what I feel like Camsta was saying at the beginning of the stream. And he should still be here. He didn't say that he clocked out, but he might have. Makes me think of a horror movie. I guess there's a horror movie. I don't watch horror movies, guys, so I have no idea. I mean, I've seen one in my life, don't get me wrong, but I haven't watched a horror movie in probably over 10 years or more, probably more like 15 or 16. Never was my jazz. I find them extremely boring, Just listen to the background music. You'll know when something's going to happen before it happens. That takes all the fun away. Waiting for confirmation equals a later entry, right? And this is what I was kind of saying to Camsta earlier. The more confirmation you need, the less early you'll be entering. Everybody was waiting for 8. The numbers that you heard the most were actually 12,000 for BTC. Everybody was waiting for 12,000. You had some camp that was more like, I'll buy at 15 because I don't want to miss it. 10. We had a lot of camp of people that were like 8,000, 10,000, and 12,000, right? And when we got down to 15, those people's confidence was through the roof, right? I was unsure across the board, but I was already buying. I was already accumulating. So I didn't really care if it went one way or the other. If prices would have gone lower, I would have accumulated more. Close enough is the real goal. You don't need perfection. You need positioning within the range. And if the range goes lower, you just position more. Like Anoma, right? Anoma, I bought around what? I don't know, 6 cents. And then I bought some at like 3 cents. And now it's like less than a penny. I bought another $5, $6 worth of it because I could double my position for $5 or $6. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And if it ever moves, I will be able to get out of it very easily without losing any money. Not that I was very far into it. I might have been $50-$60 into it, right? But to get for $5 what I was getting for $50, still a win, as long as it doesn't fade into complete irrelevance. But that's with any coin. That's why we buy stronger coins in our portfolios. Emotion blocks early action. Fear, doubt, and uncertainty increases near the bottom. That's why most people don't act there. That's why the fear and greed index, if you understand it, is so effective, because it says, hey, we're at an 8. Hey, we're at 10. We're at 5. That's how low the confidence in the market is right now. How much lower can you really go? Yeah, I think Cam's just gone. I don't think he said goodbye. Makes me sad. Makes me think of horror movies. Yeah, on Friday the 13th, walking in the woods. I can't see Cam. Same here, bro. I stay away from these movies. Hey, they open you up to stuff. That's a fact. I can prove that without a shadow of a doubt. But that's not what we're here for. Positioning happens over time. You build gradually, not all at once. That's how you operate within uncertainty. Core insight, you don't need the exact bottom. You need to be in the range where it forms. So follow the bottom segment, it says. I thought this was kind of cool idea. Reality is the market drops, uncertainty happens, multiple tests, volatility, slow accumulation, eventual move. This is messy, not obvious. What people expect is a drop, a clear bottom, an instant reversal. This almost never happens cleanly. I would almost go as far as to say it never happens cleanly on the bigger time frames. Maybe if you're dialed into the 5 minute or something like that, it does happen sometimes. But when we're talking big macro charts and ideas, this never happens. A drop, a clear bottom, and an instant reversal. It's usually like this. The market drops. There's uncertainty, multiple tests, retests, volatility up and down, slow accumulation over time. Hopefully you're one of the people accumulating. And then eventually we get the move, right? I mean, go back and look at that double bottom on the daily for BTC and tell me what you think. And in a bit of a trade here, I was up. I should have sold him at the move to break even. I fell asleep. I think I already told that story. This happens to me more than I'd like to admit, where it just gets too late and I fall asleep and I forget to set a stop loss or something. I have a stop loss. I meant to move it into break even. I was up $12. That would have been really nice for my position here. I was playing a 4-hour flag and stuff, so I thought there's plenty of time. I'll let it go, and it just dumped, right? But we have broke this trend line. Are we going to retest it and then pop, or is it nothing but down from here? And this trigger could get triggered, right? Down $1.61. So not a big deal here, but I really am feeling the pressure of I really should have sold. Every time I try to hold for the bigger trade, it never works out. That's how choppy these markets are. But it was a Monday. Who knows? We could pump for the rest of the week and it could look great and I could be back to the same position again very easily. So we're in it to win it. If not, then we will move on to the next trade. I guess we'll be shorting after that, right? If we lose the 1 hour 200 and just stay under it, then we'll be short after that. Anyways, thank you for being here. Smash that like button. Throw something in the chat if you're still with me. Go ahead and hop over to Chainers real quick. We are rolling up on an hour and 45 minutes here. It is a fun Monday. Glad to be here with all of my undergrounders. And let's go hit the Chainers, hit the city, hit the rewards, continue our due diligence here. Then we'll hit our airdrop feature. 3 legend. I have way too many legendary fertilizers. I need regular fertilizers. How they don't let you use both, I have no idea. Doesn't make sense to me. Look at those custom emojis. Thank you very much for all your beautiful support. Hit the mini game, get our free item real quick. They do have an extra special going on, so I want to make sure I actually hit this little thing because you get 200 experience points every time you beat this. You can only do it once every 24 hours unless you spend your CFB on it. I didn't see any rewards that were enticing enough for me to spend up all my CFB to go after. Got to get to 1,000 real quick here. See, what is this guy gonna drop me? Ooh, that's what I want. How I didn't hit that TNT, I have no idea. This game has gotten ridiculously easy to me. The game is ridiculously easy. Very easy way to get an extra item for your farm every day. Halfway there. I love that it doesn't take very long. $6.50. $7.50. 8. And that is pretty much a wrap there. 900. And there we are at 1,000. Let them take me out. Grab our free item. It's Spark Dex Reward Day. Okay. Maybe I need to go do that real quick, huh? Alright, little one-time seed. Not the best reward, to be honest with you, but it's been kicking me out a lot of CFB lately, so I can't be mad. Take it back to the farm. So we're getting close to the halfway mark. I want to shave a 0 off here in my wallet. So let's go to B&B. All. Put them up. Let's go. And get us some more B&B for free. Not yet. When I get home, I will. Alright, we get to claim some items here. Let's see what else we get. Some bell peppers. I'll take that. Definitely take that. Are we already done with the extra? Yeah, it looks like we're already done with the extra thing. They don't let that thing go on long enough. It's all good if you don't know what I'm talking about. All right, Robin Hood faucet. Grab those coins. Says go to Spark Dex and go to the ecosystem and then to the Flare rewards. Yeah, I'm going to do it in a minute after airdrop stuff. Did it do it? Did it do it? I don't know if it did it. Doesn't seem like it did the faucet thing. Okay, there it did it successfully. On-chain GM. We hit that Robin Hood faucet, or that Robin Hood GM. I must be getting tired. What is going on? Coffee's wearing off. Deploy smart contract 3 times. It's kind of my own rules that I made up there. It's what takes 5 minutes. I really should time myself doing this. Try to move through it as quick as possible. Where's the rest of my stuff? I played myself. This is where the one tab really comes in helpful. Did I not tab these things? Oh, don't tell me that. Huh. Well, that sucks. Let's run the history here. I don't know what they did to my history. Like, it's garbage. Yeah. Ridiculous. Alright, well, I guess we're skipping that part today. I'll figure that out. And then we want to go to the ARC testnet. We'll on-chain GM. The other swaps that I had to do this on, I restarted my computer. I don't remember what I did last time. I thought I one-tabbed them all. It's pretty confident that I did. Just deploy smart insufficient. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to the faucet, and for some reason, after you hit it, the little faucet icon goes away. It's really annoying that it does that. I don't know what the point of that is. Faucet. Let's go grab our contract address. Receive. send over some more testnet funds. Very weird. It's acting like I already have something open when I don't. Said I love bell peppers. We gonna grow some big ass bell peppers with electroculture, bro. Let's go. Hey, I'm all about it. My wallet is not disconnected. I don't know how the wallet would have got disconnected. All right, let me do the thing. Come on. Fix it. There we go. Let's do this 3 times. And then let's go look at our SparkDex rewards. Usually we do it in the members only. I literally had so much shipping to do yesterday. I did hours of shipping. And I still didn't get through all of it. So I have probably another 2-3 hours of shipping to do tonight. And then I'll finally be caught up. We've been running sales for our business, and we got some sales. Let's put it that way. Let's see. Let's go to SparkDex. I think it's down towards the bottom, if I remember. Yeah, F assets. Come down to SparkDex. Let's hit explore. What? They flagged SparkDex.ai? That's weird. That's very weird. Flare, Songbird. Okay, I'm already connected. SparkDex. Explore. This site looks a little risky to us, so we flagged it just in case. Yeah, you're fine. I think SparkDex is fine. Have to get to it, right? All right, and then he said SparkDex, go to ecosystem and then flare rewards. So ecosystem, flare rewards. And we got $2.48. So what, then we go ahead and claim those. Blues guy, do I claim them? Plague dogs says stop. Yeah, right. I'm going to trust SparkDex. SparkDex. Exactly. Should we go ahead and claim them, Blues guy? I got to wait for the lag to get through. Communicating can be hard because we're obviously on a little bit of lag here. I'll take my $2.48. Yep, Plague Dog's in the house. Hey, he was here. He might have left and came back again. I'm not sure, but he was here earlier. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and grab these. There we go. And then what? Do we reapply these? What are we doing? Yes, okay. And then what do I do with them? Because I got to compound them, right? So if that was flare rewards, what is that from? Is that from the farm? Then it will appear below at total flare. Okay, there we go. Do we withdraw it? What are we doing at that point? Are we withdrawing it? Working NHL playoffs had me half focused. All good, brother. All good. Then we have these R flare rewards. Do we withdraw those or do we just let those stack up? The R flare. Total flare. I guess this is R flare. Do I withdraw them or do I just let them build up? I would flip them into Spark and then go to dividend, compound like that. Okay, so withdraw. You will receive only half of your locked R flare In addition to your unlocked, if you prefer to not lose the amount you withdraw instead, do I not withdraw? Do I need to worry about this? It says you will receive only half of your locked R flare. In addition, why would I unlock my flare though? Why would I do that? Yes, withdraw and then swap to spark. If you prefer to not lose any amount, wait, yeah, see, I didn't do it. I didn't do it, Blue Sky. I didn't do it. Because we have some flare locked. I don't know why I would want to undo that. I didn't do it. The lag. Unlock only. Okay. Oh, so first I have to unlock it? It's only 22 cents. So you want me to do this one? Unlock our flare. I'm pretty sure that's what he means. Unlock only. Okay, unlock. There we go. Confirm. Bang. I don't know, that added a little bit to my total. Is that what happened? We did the unlock. So this $2.26 that I got is locked, right? When you take rewards, some remain locked and some are available depending on when those tokens earned yield. So we just gotta wait more time, basically. That's what you're telling me. Just wait longer. Because what was unlocked flare was like very little. It was like 28 cents. Probably no point in trying to go and put 28 cents compound. So we will come back to that at a later date in a later time. How do we roll ourselves out of here but with a game of Panzer Dogs? Then you wait for the unlock token to unlock itself. It will every day. Got you. Yeah, we'll give it a few days, a week, something like that. I plan on keeping that stuff pretty staked, so I'm not worried about it. Come on, quit running away. There we go. Grab my laser. Bing, bing. Got him. 2-0. Let's go. Wow. I have been not on point with the shots, I'll tell you that. Let's grab that laser. Bang. Been cooking with the laser. I don't know how that second laser didn't hit him, but alright. Whatever you say. Like, you can't dodge me forever. Ooh, he is so close to taking me out there. Oh man, this health ain't ready yet. Panic. Panic. Got him. Except now we both need that health. Alright, I'm gonna have to run with that. Bang. 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 Just wrecking him. Like a one-man team over here. I really need some health, though. Boom. Got him. That is my health stack. Don't worry. I'll get back to the chat in a half a second here. Alright, that's that. Wait, UG, if you go back, there's a tab you can click, shows rewards, not only on SparkDex. Hey, I didn't completely exit it. I still have it up. If you go back, there's a tab you can click and it will show you all the rewards, not just SparkDex. If you invested in other like Spectra or Gnosis, all from SparkDex platform. I assume you mean this. right? This SparkDex. I don't think I've used anything else. I'm pretty sure I've only used SparkDex, right? So I don't think there's any need to do anything else there. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Usually we only do that in the members only hangout because of the intense amount of work I have to do. As soon as I get done streaming, I am not going to do a members only today. Looks like we're going to maybe get a retest of the trend line if we're bullish. Otherwise, we're falling down. Hit the 21 rollover. It's not looking beautiful. I'm down $2. Let's see what happens. Once you fully utilize SparkDex, and you can move to a Gnosis. Yeah, exactly. And so that's what it is for BTC right now. Let's go to the 15 minutes, see what we think about that. I mean, not a rejection at the 200, but definitely treating my break-even point like support and resistance, as always. Just in time for the Flare Network session. Yeah, exactly. But anyways, love all my undergrounders. Thank you for being here. We went over so much stuff today. We did a lot of charting. Matter of fact, before I hop out, I'm going to go put some stuff in here. Recent market volatility has been quite noticeable. CC is here. Who's CC? Who just joined the Discord? It looks like he is spamming everywhere. And he is getting banned. He's not legit. All right. Well, first order of business, go ban this guy who thought it was smart to try to post in every single tab in the Discord. I don't know why that would be an option. I feel like most people gotta know that, like, that makes you look very scammy. That makes you look really, really crappy. I don't know how people don't know that. Obviously, they don't care. Bang. Let's go ahead and ban this guy. Open mod view. I don't think I need to open mod view. I just need to ban the guy. For some reason, they've made this very difficult. And it's really easy on my phone, but it's like really difficult on my computer. Yeah, they want like a multi-factor authentication code. Really annoying. I'll just do it from my phone in a second. Not hard. Off the phone. All right. Let's go to what I want everybody to see. And let's post some charts. Yeah, ban him. I absolutely will. For some reason, they make it really difficult on the computer. I'll just wait until I'm done streaming and do it on the phone app, and it's a lot easier. All right. Not a crazy amount of things to upload, just 4. And 4. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's because you haven't joined our free Discord. Highly recommend you doing that. All right, and 4. Said I can't spam. Why can he? I'm going to spam Flare. There you go. All right, guys, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button. I will see you tomorrow night with more talk about portfolios and things of that nature. I hope I'm inspiring you to think. Think about portfolios. Think about where the bottom might be. Never financial advice. You do with your money as you wish to do with your money. I'm simply talking about concepts of building portfolios and bottom market portfolios. I said that really weird. I guess I need to go ahead and hop off. Have a great night, everybody. Catch you in the Discord if you want to chat. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to be working on some other things. Have a great night. Stay underground. Stay crypto. I'll catch you in the next one. Back again tomorrow night, 8:30 New York time. Underground Crypto out.